Hello guys and girls, I, Gurleen Sabrawal, welcome you to the second episode of Placement Tales. In this episode, we would talk all about internships. We have our guest, Mr. Kushal Vijay, who has recently got an internship in Microsoft. We congratulate you, sir, on your success.
Thank you. Thanks for having me here.
And thank you so much for coming to the interview. So the first out is what basically internship is and how important it is.
So internship is basically kind of training that a student do with a particular organization, and it helps the student to go beyond the scope of their projects to get the industry experience. So this is basically all internship is all about.
Okay, sir. And sir, is internship compulsory for all the branches?
As per on the basis of our institute, yeah, it is compulsory in after your third year for the 2 months.
And sir, many students do internship in first and second year too.
Yeah.
So what about that?
Yeah. So this trend is is very much seen in the recent years. Like first year and second year students are going for internships in their after the first year or the second year, just to gain experience. It obviously helps them in future, because if you have experience of the industry in your recent years of engineering, it will help you in the future, obviously.
Okay, sir. Sir, as you said that internship is compulsory, so is it important to do in core companies?
It depends. It depends on your interest, because if you are EC guy, like I'm an EC guy but I have an interest in computer science branch, I love CS fundamentals, so why will I do an internship in electronics, So that's why I think it all depends on your interest.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
So what is the right time for preparation for the internship?
Like there's no specific timeline to get started with doing preparation for the internship, but it's good if you start early.
And so what is the difference in the preparation procedure for placement and for internship?
There is no specific procedure or roadmap to prepare for the placements or the internships. The companies do have the placement procedure and the internship procedure varies from company to company, but the generic thing remains the same. You have to prepare for data structures and algorithms. You have to prepare for the CS fundamentals for the product-based companies like Microsoft, Google, Adobe.
And so what is the step-by-step procedure for the placements or the internships?
So first of all, the student should kickstart with a particular language like C, C++, Python or Java. It will be good if we go with the object-oriented programming language and just get started with it and get command over it. After that, start data structures and algorithm, because that is the thing the company wants. And after getting a command over that particular domain, you can go to projects in web development, Android development, machine learning, and more other stuff.
Okay, sir. So most common doubt in competitive coding or DSA. So what is the priority and what should be the right time given to each?
Like it depends how much time is remaining for your placements or the internship. Okay. If a company is coming within 3 or 4 months or 5 months, it's really foolish to start competitive programming at that time, because competitive programming is not a 1 day or 2 day process. It requires consistent practice, dedication and hard work. So I will say, if there is less time remaining in your placements or internship, you definitely go for previous company questions and gain experience with your seniors, like how what type of questions are asked in your interviews and thing. And if you have time, like 1 year or so, you will definitely go for competitive programming, because it will help you increase your logical skills and thinking capability that will help you in any aspect of your life.
Yes, sir. And so for these coding languages like C or C++, what can be the sources for learning?
Like sources are enormous on the internet. You go on YouTube, it's a search away on Google. So according to me, the stuff that I preferred is, first of all, Geek for Geeks. It's awesome. And YouTube, like there are many people who make tutorial videos like Tushar Roy, Rachit Jain, Gaurav Sen. They are amazing. These guys are helping the community a lot. Okay. So I must say, it's a search away on the internet.
Okay, sir. And so we have heard that many students spend a lot of money on such courses. Yeah. Is it necessary?
I have not spent a single penny over any of the courses. So what I prefer is, you can go over the internet. There are enormous content present there, and you can learn from that. I have not saying that the courses available on which are paid that are bad or they are like no use, but still if you can do things on your own, why would you prefer paying a person for the same thing? Because you are the best teacher of yourself.
Yes.
Like so, and if you can imagine the things happening around while doing problems, why would you need some other's imagination to the same thing? So I would prefer you can go over the internet and search for the resources present there. Ask your seniors, ask the people who are doing jobs in tech giants. They'll share the experience because they're ready to share the community what you can do to be like them.
Yes.
Yeah.
So as you've got an internship in Microsoft and hopefully you'll get a PPO too, but if you find a winning lottery ticket of $10 million, would you continue with the internship or you will do something of yourself?
I'll definitely won't go for the definitely not go for the $10 million because if you give a small child like a newborn baby, a 5-month baby, a PS4, it's of no use to him. So since I have no experience in the industry, how the industry works, how will I invest that money? What will I do with that particular money? And if I go there, work for Microsoft, gain experience from those industry leaders, how do they do the crazy stuff out there? Then after getting experience of 5 to 10 years, then definitely that particular amount of money will be helpful for me to set up the same business. Yeah.
Okay, we should come back to the topic now. So along with competitive coding, how important is extra skills?
Extra skills? Like
web coding development or Android development?
Okay, so according to the companies, they mostly prefer students to have command over data structures and algorithms. But apart from that, if you have knowledge of web development or any other skill like Android development, it's like cherry on the top of your ice cream. So yeah, definitely students go for these kind of to mention projects in your resume. Obviously, like nowadays people are rushing towards AI, machine learning, natural language processing, deep learning. These things do matters, but the sole purpose of the company guys is that you should be good at your data structure and algorithm. So what I like to say to the audience is just keep your focus over data structures and algorithms, and if you have good command over them, then you can go for other projects in web development or Android development.
And so what type of project is required for internships?
What type of projects? It all depends on you. If you are looking for internship at tech giants like Microsoft or Google, obviously you should have projects in software domain only. And software domain, I mean to say, you should be good at any of the domain like web development or Android development, or you should have skills in deep learning or machine learning and so and so.
Now let's discuss hiring procedure for internships. So what are the various types of rounds in the selection for an internship?
So in the hiring process, the number of rounds vary from company to company. With respect to Microsoft, they have I have given around 5 rounds were there. So it basically, for all companies, it basically starts with an online test, and after shortlisting students from that test, we have a group fly round in which we have to write the code of the questions given to us, and after that there are technical interviews, and the final round is HR round. But this is with respect to Microsoft. For other companies like Amazon and Goldman Sachs, in our college, there were few rounds. There were only 2 or 3 rounds were there.
And so how these rounds differ from the placements?
Most of the companies don't have any different procedure for hiring interns and the full times, but like for Microsoft, they have the same hiring process for the full times as well as for the interns, but the level of questions may differ, because since the full times do have a 1 more year experience, so definitely they have the margin of questions is a bit high.
So anything you want to suggest the students to get edge over the other in these rounds? Any special skills?
I would say just wear a smile on your face. That's it. I mean, if you're good at your skills, it doesn't matter to it's not like a competition to gain a, you have to reach above some else. You have to give your best. That's it. All they want is your skills. They don't even compare you from others. They just want that they are here to hire all of you, but all of you doesn't match what they actually want. So if you match what they actually want, you'll definitely get hired. That's it.
So how many students get shortlisted in the coding round and the subsequent rounds?
So the first test was the online test, and around 160 to 180 students from all the circuitry as well as the computer science branches. And after the first round, around 39 students were shortlisted for the group fly round. After the group fly round, we were only 14 left for the technical interviews and the HR round. And so after the 14 students, some of them has 3 technical interviews and some of them has 2 technical interviews. I personally have 2 technical interviews, and after the first technical we have only 8 students left, and after the second technical we have 7 students left, and after the HR we have only 6 students left. So after each subsequent round they are eliminating students. Yeah.
Okay, so as you got internship in such a giant, so what are the other benefits that you get?
I would say it's like the best things they'll provide you in terms of stipend, in terms of the travel, accommodation, the experience they'll provide you are best in industry, and yeah, it will be a lifetime. It's the one of the memorable opportunities or thing you'll have in your life.
Okay, so what is the duration and the stipend of the internship in Microsoft?
So the internship is probably of 8 weeks, that is 2 months, and I would not say anything about the stipend, obviously, confidential. Yes. So, but it will be the best in industry, and yeah, it will be one of the highest stipends that any product-based company provides in India. Okay. Yeah.
So can you enlighten the students about what PPO is?
PPO stands for pre-placement offer, and it will. It is an extension to after the internship. The company, on the basis of your performance during the internship, they'll extend the offer to you for a full-time job there. Okay. So the procedure for giving a PPO would vary from company to company. Some companies take tests to give PPO to the students. Some take presentations, and but it solely depends on the performance of during the internship. Okay. Yeah.
And so mostly people say is that we should do internship in a company that gives PPO, otherwise we shouldn't do the job or something.
I don't think that's the thing, but internship solely mean to gain experience. The college has given the students a opportunity to go out there and go beyond the scope of the projects to gain industry experience, to see how the industry really works. It doesn't matter if the company don't give you the PPO, because after getting such experience, you have so much caliber in you. So definitely some other company will hire you if you have the capability.
Yes. Yeah. So was Microsoft your dream company?
I would say all the tech giants are everybody's dream company. Yeah, definitely Microsoft is my dream company, and I still dream to be a full-time there.
So, anything that you wish that you had done in first or second year that you regret now?
I would say no, because I'm not a traveling person, but rather I prefer having fun with my friends only, and I enjoy to go out there and all the tech fairs, all the cultural fairs out there, enjoy the fullest. It's not like that I used to study 10 hours in my room or just stuck in my room, not going out anywhere. It's not like that. I used to enjoy. I'm a party animal. I love go out there, interact with people. So I would say no, I have no regrets.
That's really great, sir. So any advice you would give to the juniors?
Interact with people. Yeah, it will definitely surely help you to gain what the perspective of other who are good at things. Go out, enjoy your all the events that happening in your college. Don't ruin your first or second year in giving time to for the papers. Whatever exams you are having in your college, it doesn't matter, because you can crack them in 10 days or so.
Thank you so much, sir, for enlightening the minds of the students. And thank you so much for sparing such time for the interview.
Pleasure.
Guys, in the upcoming videos, we would come up with off-campus placements and many more things so that we can contribute a little to your future career goals. And guys, if you have any of the queries, you can write down in the comment section below. Do subscribe the channel so that you don't miss any updates, and thank you for watching the video.